Hello, in this video let us see what is regression and what is multiple linear regression and see how we can do multiple linear regression. So coming to the linear regression, so it is the basic and commonly used type for predictive analysis. So we have to predict the next point or the next value based on the previous structure. So it is a statistical approach to modeling the relationship between a dependent variable and a given set of independent variables. So we'll have a set of independent variables which vary independently, and based on the combination of those different independent variables we have to predict the dependent variable. So coming to the types, there are two types of regression. One is simple linear regression, the second one is multiple linear regression. In this tutorial we are going to see what is multiple linear regression. When coming to the structure of multiple linear regression, so this is the structure that we'll have for multiple linear regression. We have the output variable y, that is the dependent variable, and the independent variables x1, x2, x3 and so on xn. So while varying the x values from x1 to xn, we'll get variable outputs for y. So that's why we are saying it as predictive analysis. We have to predict the value of y based on the inputs, that is the dependent variable depending on the independent variables. So what are the assumptions? So first one is linearity. So the relationship between dependent and independent variables should be linear. So homoscedasticity, so that is constant variance of the errors should be maintained, that is on the both sides of the regression line the variation of the values should be constant. So that means the next one is multivariate normality. So that is multiple regression assumes that the residuals are normally distributed. And the final one is lack of multicollinearity. It means that we are going to assume that there is little or no multicollinearity in the data. So when coming to the coding part, how we can implement or how we are going to do multiple regression. So on the first place we are going to import the necessary libraries. They are NumPy, Matplotlib, MPL toolkits.mplot3d, that is we are going to plot a 3D graph. So we are importing this, and from this one we are going to import axis 3D. So and then the final one is matplotlib.pyplot. Our first goal is to generate the data set, that is what we are doing in this method. So I am defining x, y, so I am generating the random values and I am giving some formula, some equation to generate x1 and x2. So x1, x2, and this means we are going to have two independent variables and y is the dependent variable. So based on the x1 and x2 we are going to get the y values. So this will return the whole data set generated. So this function or this method. So and this is the function we are calling here when we are storing the values in x and y. And then we are going to do scatter plot here, and it is a 3D scatter plot. So this looks like this. And now what we are going to do, our goal is to find the regression analysis, that is we have to get this plot. So how we are going to get it? So the things we are going to use in this are MSE, mean square error, and gradients. So we are going to define multiple linear regression. So it will take various inputs, coefficient x, y, LR, B1, B2, epsilon. So these are used inside. So what our goal is to minimize the mean square error of the regression plane. So since it is 3D, the final regression one analysis output that we are going to fit to our points is a regression plane. So and while we call it, it will take this different values, and while until the error is the minimum, it will go on regressing over the input data points. Finally, a plane, that is that one which is having the least error is found out, and that is the most fit regression plane for our data. and finally here we are going to plot the points. So this is how it looks. So when we are going for a general data pre-processing and fitting multiple linear regression to the training set and predicting the test set results, this is a general flow when we are working with linear regression, that is particularly multiple linear regression. So that is what we have done in this tutorial. Thank you. Have a great day.